and I am here to deliver the classes for your Azure 204 training sessions. In this first, who had okay, in the this is the first session. I am sharing my screen. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Any one student, please try to respond. Okay. So that I will know whether I am audible or not, like that. Okay. For 2 weeks, I have planned the session. I think you are able to see my screen, right? Somebody
Yes,
has
sir.
raised the hand. Ritik.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay. Okay. No problem. No problem. Okay.
I was just there. Screen is visible just for that reason.
Okay. 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 Yeah. This is this document. I'll share it. Okay, in the chat box. This is the session plan I have prepared for the 15 classes. So from today, that is 5th July to 22nd July, I have planned 5 days a week. Okay. Or if you all want 6 days, I can plan 6 days. Okay. At present, I have planned for 5 days. Okay. Up to 22nd, we'll be having classes. The students who I think now there are 130 students. Okay, I think you are all are from third years or second years also there. If anyone is there from second year, please just unmute yourself and talk to me. Am anyone mixture of second, third, fourth year classes or only any specific year? No, I am not able to hear. Yeah, anybody please respond.
Sir, most of them are from 919.
Only 30 years, sir.
Only 30 years. Okay, 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 okay. I think Pregnalasya, I think I know you, right? You belongs to our cloud group that we have once met in the serverless computing group, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, then. Have you registered for the 204 certification exam? Or just you want to learn, you are learning Azure? Please interact with me for the 5 minutes so that I will be knowing, okay, how to deal with you. Please, Sai Teja, please tell me. All the students, have you, or you can type in the chat box if you are comfortable for that. Okay, you can type in the chat box also. Yeah, please.
Sir, money is not paid, sir. When the exam is going to conduct, we have to write. We don't know, no, sir. When just today we know that. That's why we didn't paid fee. I think so. Most of the persons.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I think some are telling registered. Okay. This training is regarding this Microsoft Azure. Okay. Training. I'll show you the link. Just a minute. Okay, this is the link for docs.microsoft.com. For certifications, you have to go to the certifications, and here you can type Azure, or if you want to search here, you can directly search AZ 204. Okay, so this is the certification what we have what I have registered for, and I hope you are also have registering for this exam. Okay, and I think now we had the offer also. Okay. We had the offer for this. You can choose that offer amount. It is very less when compared to the previous. Okay. Okay, this is regarding the exam point. We'll again discuss. Okay, we'll come to this point tomorrow and we'll discuss back again. Again, it's once. See, you take the screenshot of this. Okay, you see for tomorrow what is this exam and all details. Okay. Now I'll explain today. I'll explain you about the cloud computing. Okay, we'll go directly to the subject. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss about this exam part for the 10-15 minutes time, so that if I tell you today about the Azure, you'll have some idea what is Azure, what is Azure Cloud, what are the services, and all those things. After that, I'll go for this information regarding to the developing solutions for Microsoft Azure. Okay, I hope you can type in the chat box. Okay, if you are feeling some shy to talk with me, you can write in chat in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and talk to me at any point of time. Okay, it is more over. It will be like a discussions part. Okay, because you have to interact. This is not the like theory classes. Okay. Okay, one more thing I want to know, whether you have learned about the subject cloud computing or you are new to that, because you said that you are all third years. Okay. Yes. Or, yeah, any fourth year student is there in this, or only third year students? I think nobody has no. Okay, new to the subject. Okay, then today class agenda, session agenda. First, I will let you know you about what is cloud computing first in detail, and what are the definitions of cloud computing. Okay, what are the services in the cloud computing? What are the models, different types of models in cloud computing? What are the advantages of cloud computing? Okay, what are the disadvantages of cloud computing? What are the characteristics of cloud computing? Okay, about cloud computing will be studying first. What is cloud computing? After that, I will start discussion about the Azure. Okay, Azure is one of the cloud service provider. Okay, Azure, Google Cloud, like and AWS. These are all the service providers, cloud service providers. First, today in the first half, let us study about what is cloud computing first. After that, we will go to the Azure. Is it okay with you? Today's class agenda is two things I want to teach. One is what is cloud computing, what are cloud models, and after that, in the second part of the session, I'll be giving introduction about the Azure cloud. This is today's class agenda. Okay, and at last we'll create the Azure account, free trial account. These are the three things that we are going to do in today's class. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you for responding.
Yes, sir.
In this, don't worry about the theory. Just we'll have a discussion about what is cloud computing. Okay. Introduction to cloud computing first. What is cloud computing? What for we are using cloud computing nowadays? What is the purpose? First of all, to go for the cloud. Okay, everyone now we are using different types of gadgets, that is like laptop or tab or phones, whatever. What we are doing, that please unmute yourself, all of you. Okay, I'm getting some disturbance. Please unmute yourself. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Schedule of
Amma?
them.
Amma?
Schedule of them, sir.
Chat box to type Amma. I am not able to hear you properly. Please type in chat box. What is your doubt? Lasya, what he is saying?
I think he's asking about the schedule that you prepared, no, sir.
Okay, okay. I'll give you some small break in the middle. Then I will upload the PPT schedule of the class. Everything I'll do at that time. Okay. at any sessions, that what I am going to for these 2 weeks, what I will do is I will not share the PPT at first. Okay, I will share it in the break time so that you can go through that. Okay, if any doubts are there in the second part with the lab and discussions we can do. Okay. Okay, thanks for that, Lasya. Okay. Okay, introduction to cloud computing. Previous in this cloud computing will be knowing what are the roots of cloud computing. Okay, these are the different technologies that we have previously. Like we can say up to 2008 onwards, the cloud computing was very much used. So many services are developed in the cloud computing area. Okay, before that, what is the need for the cloud computing? Okay, that we'll be learning today. Now then what is cloud, then what are the services of cloud, then we'll go for Azure. Okay. Okay, mainframes to clouds, how we came from mainframes to cloud. Okay, after that SOA architecture. Okay, service oriented architecture. The second line. Okay, you are able to see the slide. Okay, what is service oriented architecture? Okay, what are web services? What is web 2.0 mashups? Okay, what is grid computing, utility computing, hardware virtualization? All these are the technologies, okay, that helped in evolving of this cloud computing. Okay, first I would like to tell you directly about the web service, because in detail we cannot discuss all these things. Web service are the services that are available in the internet, okay, which we can use them as a part of our applications. Okay, first of all, why we need to go for that web services? See, all the things what we are accessing today is some applications, some type of applications, like e-commerce websites or some social websites, or any type of services. Okay, what we are getting from the like Moodle, whatever you say, or ERP. If you come to talk about university, okay, or some Coursera, or Simply Learn, all these are applications, websites. Okay, how you are able to access that website? Okay, by using the browser. Uh, from customer side, okay, like student side, what you will think, how to access that only? Okay, from today onwards, you please all the students, not only for cloud I'm telling, okay, you think as a developer. Okay, whenever you are learning this Azure or cloud or AWS, any cloud platform, okay, please think that you are a developer first. Okay, why we need like that? You need, after that, as a customer, you think how you are going to use that. Like that you think. Okay, now applications. Suppose as a developer you'll write a code. Okay, for writing the code, what we need some platform to write a code. Okay, for coding purpose. Okay, what platform? Like .NET. You take the example of because we are learning Azure, take the example of .NET. Okay, Microsoft .NET. Microsoft .NET is a platform, okay, which will be there for developing the applications. What type of applications? Static applications or dynamic applications? Static application means you don't have any interaction with that, like static websites. Okay, customer don't have user. Okay, then I think I'll use the word user than customer. Okay, a user don't have any interaction with that website. Okay, dynamic websites. Dynamic website means you can interact with the website, like filling a form. Okay, so clicking on submit button, you'll get an email like confirmation. Okay, all these are dynamic, any type of interaction. This is the dynamic websites. Okay, how will you do that? You will build it in the .NET framework. Okay, after building the application, okay, that means for storing the information we need to go for database. Let us say MySQL database, Microsoft SQL database. Okay, for managing the data. Okay, that is the back end. Front end is like, let us say that you are using ASP.NET. ASP.NET means activate server pages. Okay, that means the pages which you will host it on the server. Okay, what is server here again? See, if you want your application to be available on the internet, you have to host it on the server. Okay, what is hosting? Now again coming, where you will host your application. Previously, web hosting services used to be there, like I can say 10 years back. Okay, now 21, let us say up to 2010 or 12 also, up to 12 also we have used it like that only. After 12, this cloud, we have entered into the cloud. Okay, up to the some companies, okay, web hosting companies will be there. Okay, we can deploy our application on that server. I am telling about individual applications. If you use a small applications, like if you want to develop your own website, okay, let us say that you have one pharmacy like Apollo. Let us say you have only one branch. You want software for that. Okay, you will build an application. Okay, you will install it in your computer desktop in your shop only. Okay, after that you need to, if you want to grow your business, okay, that means you are giving franchises. That means in Vijayawada, 10 shops, other cities shops. Now inventory management has to be done online, or billing system has to be done online. So that means now you have to host your application on the server. Why we have to make it on the server? Because your application should be accessed by all the shops that has taken. Let us say, for example, of Apollo Pharmacy. Okay, different hundreds of branches they had. Okay, everyone has to access that portal. Okay, online portal, that is a application, okay, for inventory management or billing management. Okay, like that. What after building that in, let us say, front end is ASP.NET, back end is SQL Server, then you have to host it. For hosting, what we need a hosting company. Let us say hosting company is needed. Their servers will be hosting company, means that data center. Okay, like KL University, they had their own data center. We had our own data center previously. I'm talking about now. We had our own cloud. Okay, that we hosted our applications like kluniversity.in website on that server. Like that, these Apollo's Pharmacy, what they will do, if they don't have their own data center, they'll go to the hosting company and host it on server, so that through internet, the application is available to all the customers. That is the way it has happened. Now, let us say that, for example, KL University. Now, let us take the example of KL University. Why we want to go to the cloud? We can maintain a data center itself. Okay, data center means some servers we can have. Okay, we can balance the load. That is front end .NET on one server, and back end that MySQL on another server. So we can, like that, we can balance the load. Okay, why we have to go for cloud now? What is the purpose of cloud? Okay, the first thing is cost effectiveness. Okay, why we have to move to the cloud? Because now okay, let us say single server is enough for your application. Day by day, this Apollo Pharmacy is increasing the branches. Okay, let us say today they had 10, tomorrow 100, next day, after 2 years they have 1,000. Okay, like that, they cannot increase the their data center because it is cost. What is the capital needed for investing in the data center? Okay, servers. Okay, employees for maintaining that servers, updations, patches, their software updations, and the power. All these are that will increase the capital expenditure. Okay, the owner of the Apollo, what he has to do? He has to concentrate on increasing the business, not on the application. Okay, just you can give this application for the outsourcing, like any cloud, and he can happily concentrate on his business. Okay, that is the main purpose of customers. Okay, that is now all the companies, why they have gone for the cloud is, okay, instead of managing data center themselves, okay, they have moved to the cloud. Okay, why they have moved is because of all these. Okay, 24/7 customer support should be there for that server. Okay, and power consumption. These are the physical things, and employees for that. Okay, and main problem is software updations when servers are failed. Okay, if you have two servers, okay, one is front end, I told you, one is back end. Okay, if any server failed, what you have to do? Again, you should have some backup server for that. Okay, and for data, you need to take backup daily. Okay, previously 10 years back, okay, backups they used to take on the hard drives and all this. Now everything is gone. Now they are using the blade servers. Okay, even now in KLU we had this data center with blade servers. Okay, in EEE block it is there, the cloud they have developed. Okay, I am not reading all this theory. Okay, I am directly going for the definition of the cloud. Okay, this is Rajkumar Bhuya, the definition of the cloud. Okay, formal definition of the cloud. Okay, cloud is a parallel and distributed computing system consisting of collection of interconnected and visualized computers that are dynamically provisioned and presented as one or more unified computing resource on service level agreements. Okay, established through negotiation between the service provider and the consumers. Okay, this is the textbook definition. Don't worry about that. Okay, here cloud is a parallel and distributed computing. Okay, see, cloud means all technologies are included. Distributed computing. Okay, you have seen in the previous slide. Okay, web 2.0 or web service, all the technologies. Okay, SOA architecture, everything is included. Okay, it gives services to the customer based upon the service level agreement. Okay, now what are the characteristics of the cloud? Okay, why we have to go for the cloud? Because of the cost effectiveness, I told you. Okay, for what services you are using the cloud, you will pay only for that. Okay, we call it as pay as you use. Okay, pay as you use. Okay, for the amount of services that you have consumed on the cloud, you will pay only for that. Suppose now I want some computing services, I want to run some code on that. Only I want only 1 hour to run or some project I have only for 1 month for developing that project and completing my 4th year. I need a server for that. Okay, I cannot buy a server, so I can go to the cloud and take computing as a service for that. Okay, for the 2 or 3 months I can pay them the rent for what I am using, and your cost will be very less. Okay, that is why we go to the cloud. Okay, these are different. I am not reading all these definitions by different authors. Okay, just for this is the standard definition, I can say. National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, characterizes cloud computing as this is a very good definition. Please try to see this. Okay, I will explain you this. A pay-per-use model. Okay, for enabling available, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. Okay, what are the computing resources? Are networks, servers, storage, or applications or services that can be rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. Okay, let me explain this definition so that you can understand. Okay, pay as you use model. Okay, that means for what you have used, you will pay only for that. Like for example, I will tell you pay as you use model. Okay, your postpaid bill. Suppose you are taking postpaid. Okay, for network, let us say Airtel. Okay, postpaid card you have taken. Okay, for how many calls you have made, how much internet you have used through that service, you will pay only for that. Or another example is your electricity bill. Okay, for your house you are consuming, let us say 150 units of electricity. You pay for that 150 units only. In the same way, in the cloud, for storage purpose, you are going, storage means database. Okay, for storing purpose, let us say you have used only 3 GB. Okay, for your small project, you will pay only for that minimum amount. Okay, what you have used. For computing service, let us say some cycles you have used. Okay, like per hour they will be charging you. Okay, you have used it for 10 hours. Okay, for that only you will be charged. Okay, and minimum will be there, minimum rent for the month will be there, like that also. And this is the pay as use model. And see, they'll give access to the shared pool of resources. What are the resources here? What resources means, as a user, what are the resources that you get from the cloud? Okay, this you have to understand properly. The resources that are available in the cloud are categorized as 3 services. One is, you have heard these names, I think: infrastructure as a service, software as a service, platform as a service. These are the 3 different types of services that are provided by the cloud. Okay, infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service examples are, it is like pure data center, okay, like providing you the storage capacity, giving you the storage capacity, or giving you some virtual private network, or giving you virtual private VPNs, okay, or giving you some computing power, okay. These comes under the infrastructure as a, okay. If anybody asks you what are the service models of the cloud, you have to say this, okay. Infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and platform as a service, okay. Infrastructure as a service means you can say that compute and storage. For example, I'm telling, remember like this, okay. After that, like platform as a service, okay. Platform as a service means here, suppose let us say that a group of 100 employees are there in a company, okay. Today I got one project on, let us say, PHP, okay. The client will request, give his SRS, that means software requirements and hardware requirements where his code has to be run, okay. Let us say PHP project, I got it, he told I should run on Linux, okay, and specifications, what type of database you want and all that he'll go, okay. Some 50 employees I'll keep it on the PHP project, okay. Another project I will get for the company, okay. Always now you have to think here as a developer, a small company. I told you this already, okay. Think like that, okay. Another project I got, another 50 employees, I keep it on the .NET project. What are the requirements for .NET, okay. I need some 50 systems, okay, for the 50 employees, okay. What I should install, .NET means I should compulsory take Windows operating system, I should compulsory install that .NET platform, okay. Again backend, that means database, again I have to go according to the specifications, MS SQL, and I have to host it on the Microsoft server only, okay. So from the, otherwise the compatibility will not be there for Microsoft, okay. Like that specification will be there. After 1 or 2 months these projects will be completed. See, as a individual, what we'll do, if you want to do some .NET application, means pirated versions you'll take, Windows you will install on your laptop, okay. Now we are getting, for 1 year we'll get free of cost. After that what we'll do, we'll install, okay, pirated one. After that what we'll do, .NET means .NET application will download it, and we'll install .NET or Linux, whatever it is, okay. We'll install some database, or we'll not buy anything, we'll not buy the license as a student, or but for software companies or any organizations, they need to have the licensed one, okay. Suppose I now license, how will you buy? 1 year or 2 years or 3 years package, like that you will buy. Suppose the project is completed in 2 months, what I will do with next 10 months, that license, again another client will come, like another 50 employees, I have to keep it on Java, they will ask license Linux. What I have to do, again I have to install Linux on these 50 systems, again the Java, let us say NetBeans I have to platform I have to install on that, and Oracle 10G example I'm telling, Oracle 10G database I have to install. See here how much difficult it is to maintain like this data center or in the company, okay. That means we need people to install all these softwares, okay. Okay, if you keep people also, how much time it will take to install the OS? 2 hours, 3 hours, okay. In company you cannot waste the time like that. So for all these solutions is for platform as a service, okay. Directly you can go to the cloud, you can connect with internet, browser is needed, that's all, okay. Browser is needed, you can connect to the cloud like Azure or AWS or Google Cloud or any of the cloud, okay. You can take the service of a platform as a service, okay. There already platforms will be there, okay, like VM, one VM you can create there on the cloud, and on that whatever the operating system you want to install, you can install, and on that what are the tools is required for developing the software, you can develop. After using for 2 months, you can just pay for the 2 months and come back, okay. That licenses installing, all these headache will be taken by the cloud, you need not to worry about that, okay. Here how you are saving your money, okay. You need not to buy the licenses and patch ups, that means installation process and all these are not there for you, it is on the cloud side, okay. Licensing and all this, you only pay for them what you have used, okay. for the platform as a service is the example. Last one is software as a service. Okay, you don't want to develop anything. Okay, like for example, Moodle is there. For example, I'm telling you, Moodle software portal is there. Okay, that is the open source code, I think. Okay, and that we are taking the software and modifying some modules according to the KLU requirements, and we are installing it on our server and accessing it. Like that, some softwares will be there, okay, in the cloud. Okay, as I said, you Apollo Pharmacy, okay, for billing purpose, inventory management, we need a software like that. It will be softwares will be available in the cloud also. You, according to your SRS of the project, you can choose the software there as a service directly. You can use. Okay, that also will be there. Okay, these are the three different. Now, what are the types of cloud? There are three types of cloud. Okay. Okay, all the technologies built this cloud computing. I'm not going to reading all these slides because it is not cloud computing. I have to concentrate on Azure. Okay, just introduction I am giving about the cloud computing. Okay, hardware virtualization. See this. This is what I said. Okay, if the VM is given to you, okay, that means hardware will be available on that. Virtual hypervisor will be there on the hypervisor, VM1, VM2, VM3. Okay, whatever the operating system you want, first you will install on it. You can see the slide. Can you see the slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see.
So that I will be moving. Okay. Okay. After see Windows. Suppose for example Microsoft Windows is there, Linux is there. Okay. On that, what are the applications you need? You can install on that. That is the VM. Okay. VM1, VM2. On server may have n number of VMs. You can create virtual. Okay. Virtual missions. Virtual mission means okay, it is your system. Okay, you will have whatever you want the requirement, computing power or storage. You can configure according to your requirement. Okay, when you are creating the virtual machine. Okay, you will be in the next 2 classes. You will be learning about this, how to create this also. Okay, instance we call it here. Okay. Okay. Now let me tell you about models. Okay, that is the cloud types. Okay, there are 3 types. First one is public cloud, second one is private cloud, third one is hybrid cloud. Public cloud means like Amazon, Azure, okay, Google. These are the public clouds. Okay, for you go to the public cloud. Okay, for 3 different types of services. I told you already this: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or software as a service. For taking these 3 services, we'll go to the public cloud. That means some like Amazon or Azure, Microsoft. Okay, they will be maintaining the data centers. All the users like us will be going and utilizing the resources that are provided by the cloud service. Okay, that is the public cloud. Okay, everybody will be allowed there. All your data will be on the public data center. Okay, and what is private cloud? Private cloud example is KL University. Okay, we had our own data center. All our ERP or Moodle or KLU website is hosted on our cloud. Okay, our own cloud, KL University cloud. It is there in the Tribly block ground floor. Okay, that is the example of the private cloud. What is the example of hybrid cloud? Okay, let us say for example only I'm taking this. Okay, let us say our ERP or ERP. Okay, at exams time or like you are writing any exam. Okay, or you are doing your registrations before 2 years or 3 years. For example, I'm telling. Okay, 2 years. What happened when you are going for registrations? Okay, server down. That means our server capacity. Okay, wherever software is installed, it is not sufficient. We have to scale the resources here. We call it as a increasing. Okay, that we call in the cloud term as a scaling the resources. Okay, we have to scale the resources. And your data center, your data center in your company, okay, does not support that much load. What you will do? Okay, like backend database, okay, which is very important of student, whether they have registered student email ID or a phone number or address or payment details, okay, your transaction IDs, all these very important, which I cannot share to the others. This type of data I will keep it on my cloud, that is inside the campus. Okay, front end where the logic is running, okay, that means you are entering into the portal, okay, username, password, okay, database again I'll give it from my cloud, okay, that means both I am using front end where my business logic is there, I am hosting it on the cloud. Why? Registration for 6 months only we do once, okay, when the demand is there, maybe 2 or 3 days only, okay, after that that much resources are not required for me. For the 3 days I cannot buy the servers and keep it in my data center because cost. Why unnecessary? The 3 days I can install that on the public cloud where I have infinite number of infinite quantity, okay, of the resources. That means whatever the database I ask, they will give me that much GB, they will give me, okay, computing also I will have, so there will be no server downtime at that time, okay. That means half, that is the backend I am keeping it on my data center, my cloud, okay, private cloud, and half business front end I am running it the business logic and all I am running it on the public cloud like Azure, Microsoft cloud. So both the clouds I am in, that is called as hybrid cloud, okay. Most of the companies do this, they will not keep their full backend database on the cloud, okay, for the security reasons or latency purpose, whatever you say, they will not try to do that, okay. That is hybrid. If they don't have option for full cloud, they will go, that is the public cloud, okay. This is about the small introduction about the cloud computing, okay. I may not fully give you full information about the cloud computing, how it has evolved, all those things, but just in this class I want to tell you just what is cloud computing, what are the service models, what are the types of cloud computing, and what are the characteristics of cloud computing, what is the reason that we have to go for the cloud, okay. The reason why we are going for the cloud is availability. First thing, okay, characteristics, availability means 24/7 your data will be there, okay. Suppose let us say that our campus we had, let us say, one server, for example. On that server kluniversity.in website is hosted. Let us say some due to power failure or natural disasters, or that server is gone, okay. Then what happened to the kluniversity.in? Okay, server down, we'll say server down, okay, because of, let us say, power backup is not there for 1 week, okay, generator is not working, let us say like that, or any fire accident like that, so server is done. We cannot keep like that. Let us say it is a mission critical application like e-commerce website like Book My Show, okay, you can't keep the server down even 1 second also. Suppose amazon.in is there, okay, e-commerce website, or Flipkart, they can't even down their server for 1 millisecond also. What they will do? Availability means your application will be there on the server more than one time, that is 2 times or 3 times, more than one time, okay. 2 times or 3 times, that will depend upon your service level agreement, okay. That is availability 24/7. For example, AWS promise you 11 nines. 11 nines means 99.99999, like that, 11 nines we call it, okay. That much percentage of guarantee there will give you the availability of your application on the server, okay. For that reason. And first one is availability. Next, scaling of the resources. Scaling of the resources means today you are starting your company with, let us say, some 10 members. Tomorrow or after 6 months you will be hiring another 90 members, okay. Just you can now you are seeing our labs, okay. Previously when you are in the first year, you may have observed the labs, okay. CPU will be there, monitor will be there, okay, and for that LAN connection, all these things will be there, okay. Software installation or OS installation, all that on the CPU. Now like setup box you are seeing in some labs, okay. Just internet you are connecting to that, okay. Let us say that all your applications are running on the cloud, okay, through some internet, and only monitor will be there, and like setup box will be there with minimum computing and RAM size and all will be there for internet connection. You are connecting everything to the virtual machine. Okay, like that. I think it is there in third floor, or I don't remember in which floor. Anybody noticed that? Because now you are second year or third year, no? Okay, second year you did not come to the lab. Okay. Okay then. Okay. Okay, like that. Okay. It reduces the cost. Okay. No need to buy all these things. VMs you can create. Suppose 60 students are there now. Okay. Let us take this example. 70 students are there. Okay. 70 VMs I can give. Okay. 70 virtual machines I am giving to you. That means instances. Okay. Let us say like virtual machines I am giving to you. Whatever OS you want, Linux or Microsoft, you will install the operating system. Suppose I am asking you to 10 students to do on .NET project or NetBeans project, like that, PHP or any other tools. Whatever you want, you can install on that. Okay, no need to some network person come there and install all these things for you. Okay, you can select, like drop down list will be there. You can select. Okay, drag and drop. Okay, you can select those services, that softwares also. Okay, like already templates will be there. What is the computing power, how much GB backend you needed, that is database, what database you need. Just you click create. I'll show you once. Okay, this if time permits in today only. Okay, how much easy it will be for us to create an instance and all those things. Okay, like drag and drop. Okay, will be there. This is the cloud. Okay, how will you access to the cloud? Okay, how will you access means there will be a portal for the cloud, like website. Okay, there will be there. You will go there and register yourself. Okay, the register again, two types will be there. One with your Gmail you can do, another one with your college email ID you can do. Okay, you can register yourself, free trial for students, 12 months free trial will be there. And many of the services in the Microsoft, they will offer you for in the free trial. Okay, you can practice like creating the creating the instances. Okay, that is for computing or database connections. Okay, for database purpose you can use. Okay, and you can create virtual private cloud, private networks you can create. Okay, like that. Okay, you can use the portal for that. Okay, GUI. Okay, graphical user interface will be there. Okay. This is about the cloud computing and cloud introduction. Okay. Now let me go to the Azure. Okay. Till now, and one more important characteristics of the cloud is pay as you use. I already told you. Okay. Availability, scaling. There are many. Okay. Important things I'm telling now. Okay. Availability, then scaling, that means plenty of resources available there. You can think that all the cloud is for you only. Okay, whatever you say, that much capacity they will give you. Okay, that many resources they'll give for you. Okay, like that illusion. Okay, thinking that whatever you want, that is available on a click. Okay, if you click that, you will get it, like that. Okay, and third one important thing is pay as you use. For whatever the resources you are using in the cloud, you pay for that only. Okay, because of these three characteristics, cloud is very famous. Okay, now everything is on cloud. You can say that everything is on cloud. Whatever the concept you take in cloud computing, in computer science, everything they have moved to the cloud, like machine learning, AI, IoT, everything they have moved to the cloud only, cloud applications only now. Okay, nobody individual data centers are maintaining. All many software as a service applications are there. Okay, many platform as a services are there. PaaS services, infrastructure as a service, many other. Most recently, last 2 years. Okay, there are serverless computing also. Okay, I said for our application, you need to host your application on a server. Okay, then user will be accessing through it through the internet. Okay, serverless functions will be there now. Okay. You can access the request that function to run and you get the job done, and only for that time. Okay, you have to pay to the cloud. Okay, very cheap. Okay, very easy also for that. You can write a code on that serverless that service, run it and take the result. Okay, like that. Okay. I will now stop for 1 minute. Okay. now you saw my teaching about the cloud computing. Now I request you to type your feedback in the chat box, because about if you want to me tell very slowly, or you are able to understand my pronunciation, or any type of feedback, or the depth of the concept I did not teach you, because just I want to tell you what is cloud, that's all. Okay, from Azure only I will start. Okay, we'll go into depth from tomorrow. Okay, that is also today introduction about the services in the Azure I will tell you. Okay, that means I will introduce the important services of the Azure to you today. Okay. And now you can type in the chat box if you have any feedback. No problem, feel free. Okay, otherwise after the class also you can message me through Telegram. Okay, I am typing my number here. Okay, this is my number. If you have any problem, you can message me, Telegram me. Okay, just you don't need to type your names, or just feedback is enough. Or you can say to the Harkiran sir, HOD sir, you can text him also. Okay, if anything is there, because see, after 10 or 12 classes, we should not feel bad. Okay, if anything is there, you please tell me, so that according to that I will plan. Okay, how I have planned the sessions is every day 2 hours class. First 1 hour we'll be having some theory concepts about the services. Okay, after that, okay, we will learn about the we'll practically do that, execute that service by using the Azure portal. Okay, now today anyway, in the second half, okay, enough, thank you very much, thank you very much. Okay, enough. Okay, if anything you cannot type in public, okay, you can message me that. Okay, always welcome for that. Okay, what I'm saying about the Azure portal. Okay, we'll create the account today itself. We will not waste our time. No, Pujita, please mute. You have to be careful about this one. Okay, muting yourself. Otherwise, everybody will listen to you. Okay, now what I'm saying, portal. Okay, I think for this portal you may require some credit card. They will just take 1 rupee from your credit card, 1 rupee only. That is for authentication purpose. Okay, in the next half an hour, or please get ready with your credit card. Okay, take from your parents. Okay, you'll get a OTP also. 1 rupee they will cut. Again, 1 rupee they will deposit to your account also. Don't worry about that 1 rupee. Okay, that is the way. There are what I'm saying. Credit card you need. Please ask your parents and keep it ready by 8 o'clock. Okay, or at the end of the session we'll create the portal user. May I know that if anybody has created the account for Azure, or all of you have to create the account? Debit card I did not check, ma. I will check. We will check when we are doing it. Okay. I remember that I have used my credit card only. Okay. We'll do it that. Okay. Okay. I think everybody has to create. Okay. Okay. Then we'll do it. No problem. Okay. We'll do it at the end of the session. Last 10 minutes. It is like filling of a form. Okay. 10 minutes it will be completed. Yeah, if you are using your credit card, it has to be internationally enabled, right? Last year, that is the right point, correct? Because Microsoft you are using, no? Okay. Or if not possible today evening, okay, tomorrow morning by next class. That means tomorrow evening we'll have the class. Okay, in that time you can create it. Okay, just like filling a form. Okay, that you can do it by yourself also. Okay, I'll show you the link. You can do it. Okay. Yeah. Now going to our class. Take a quick break of 2 minutes. 7:25 or 7:26. I'll start the Azure. Okay. 2 minutes break.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, some of us are having the student pack from the issue.
Yeah, if you are having already accounts and all, you can use the same accounts. Okay, student accounts.
Is it okay for the is it okay with the student account?
Yeah. See, here we need some access to the services. Okay, that for that any type of account is enough. Maybe you have previously attended some workshops, then you may have created it. Okay, you can use the same thing. Okay, just for practicing purpose, any type of account. But I suggest students who are taking now, take it as free trial. Okay. Those who don't have and those who are doing now, take it a free trial, because if you are not going for free trial, they will charge you because you are giving your credit card details, direct bill will come. So 100% make sure that when you are creating, create it slowly, use the computer only, don't use your mobiles, because some options if you miss, they'll charge you. Okay, if it is not free account, go for free trial. I'll give that link only. I'll post it in the chat box after the class. You can do that. Okay, take break for 1 or 2 minutes quickly. Okay, we'll start Azure. Okay, welcome back. Yeah. Once again, are you able to see my screen? This is Azure PPT.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. Chepam, tell me. Okay. Okay.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
Voice is not clear. Okay. Let me adjust the speaker. Okay, is it okay now? Hello. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. It is okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. Introduction to Azure. Okay. Now we are all are learning this Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure is cloud platform. Okay. For what we go to Microsoft Azure? For services we go. What type of services are there in the cloud? I told you 3 types of services are there in the cloud. What are the 3 services? See, whatever you talk in the cloud, it comes under these 3 types only. Infrastructure as a service. See, they are telling it a name as also service. Okay, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and platform as a service. These 3 types of services. Okay. Let us say in cloud there are like important services. There are a number of services like 90 or 100 services are there around. Okay. In Amazon there are like 150 services. Okay. In that the important services, okay, or famous services we'll see now. Okay. uh, why we'll go to the Azure now? For services. Okay, for cloud service. Okay, you suppose one user may go for only storage purpose. Okay, he has plenty of data, he want to store it on the cloud. One user, okay, he may go to the cloud for storing for computing purpose. Suppose we want to calculate some gene of my in some microbiology department. Okay, then he need some high computation purpose. Then he go to the cloud depending upon his reasons. And one, okay, to meet the demands at the peak times, for that reason some user may go to the cloud. Okay, secure line somebody is needed. Okay, like from uh, user to the data center. Okay, data center means here cloud only. Okay, to the cloud. Okay, virtual private network. Okay, some secured line, leased line you can say. For that you need to go to the cloud. Okay, like bank applications, they need some leased line. Leased line means okay, in that channel nobody will be there. Okay, they will only transfer the data. Okay, that those are leased lines. Okay, like that. Okay, you have to go to the cloud. Okay, all these type of data you have to go to cloud. In that, what are the services from Azure? We'll see that. Okay. Okay, Azure is a complete cloud platform that can host your existing applications and streamline new applications development. See, each and every line I will explain you. Okay, this, if you understand this 1 hour class, okay, then you will have good idea about the cloud. Not only about Azure, any cloud. Okay, like Amazon, Azure, or Google. Okay, any cloud. The principle why we go to the cloud is for hosting your application or for developing your application. Hosting your application means, okay, your application, your web application. Okay, you are hosting it on the cloud. Okay, or for developing new applications. Okay, complete platform you need that. Okay, Azure can even enhance on-premises applications also. Azure integrates the cloud services that you need to develop. Okay, cloud services that need to develop. That means you want to develop some software, that it comes under, you always, whenever I'm speaking some service means you have to think which service it is. Okay, for developing, that means for development of some software, that means we need some platform, that is comes under platform as a service. Okay, testing is also you need some software, that is also then deploy. Okay, and manage your applications. Okay, manage your application means software as a service. Like that, every word which type it comes, you have to, if you have that clarity, that means you can understand cloud very easily, all while taking the advantages, efficiencies of cloud computing. Okay, by hosting your applications in cloud, you can start it as a small application. That means, let us say that 10 users are there only. Okay, I said that Apollo Pharmacy example. Okay, today you have started in Vijayawada with only one branch. Tomorrow 10 branch, next 6 months 10 branches in Vijayawada. Next 1 year, okay, all over AP you have 1000 branches. Your application has to support that. If you go to the cloud on the day first, you cannot buy the resources for 1000 applications. Okay, 1000 shops. Okay, that means that many servers you cannot maintain. It is very costly. So you can go to the cloud, start it as small as small, and easily you can scale your applications. Okay, as per the demand grows. Okay, whenever the demand is there, you can increase the services. Okay, you can as per the demand you can scale your resources. Okay, we use the term as scaling the resources here. Okay, Azure also offers the reliability. Yeah, please underline this word, reliability, that needs for high availability applications, even including failover between different regions. Okay, now reliable. Okay, reliability means availability. I told availability. Okay, you are hosting your application on the cloud, not on your data center. Okay, are you sure that 24/7 your application will be ready? Suppose let us say that in Hyderabad, okay, Microsoft data center, for example, you have hosted your application. Anybody want to speak? Okay, suppose your data center is there, let us say in Hyderabad. Okay, data center, you want to load your application there. Okay, you have taken the agreement with Azure portal. You have hosted your application there. Suppose some natural disaster has happened. Okay, your server will be down because data center will be collapsed. Let us say earthquake, natural disaster means, okay, or any flood like that. Your data center will be closed, your application will not be available. Okay, but if you go to the cloud, high availability of your application will be there. That means in the same data center, your application will be duplicated and presented. Okay, whole data center is generated. Then in another region. Okay, what is this region means? Regions. Okay, regions means all over the globe there will be many data centers, cloud data centers. Okay, for Microsoft, let us say there are all over the world. There may be some 100 to 120 data centers. Okay, in one region you may have more than one data center also. Okay, let us say in India you have two. Okay, in Asia you may have 10 to 12 data centers. Okay, they call it as a regions. Okay, to provide you high availability, your application one copy will be there in the another region also. It is for two reasons. One is for high availability of your application, another one is latency time. Okay, latency time, that part of people can access in that server in that region. Okay, like that. Okay, the Azure portal. Okay, now you know for what you have to go to the cloud. For cloud, we go for deploying our applications or for developing our applications. Why we go for cloud? Because of high availability and cost effectiveness. These are the two reasons. Let us say as of now, and you can scale the resources whenever the demand is there. Okay, now we know for what we have to go to the cloud. Okay, which cloud you have to go? It is not like a competition. It is also a competition between the companies, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and many other clouds are there. Okay, like now as we are learning this Azure. Okay, let us talk about Microsoft Azure only. Okay, you don't ask me Amazon is great or Azure is there or Google is great. Okay, everything based upon your need you have to go. Okay, Azure portal. Okay, where we will go? To the Azure portal. Azure website with Azure website is their portal. You can register there for the resources, and you can reach the host your applications on that and manage your services on that. Azure portal lets you easily manage all your Azure services. Okay, all Azure services means I told you some around 120 services will be there. Okay, in that services, the important services are like creating the instances like CPU, the power you want, okay, the computation you want, storage you want, like MS SQL, okay, database storage you want, like the example I'm telling, okay. You can also manage your services programmatically or directly. You can go to the portal, or by using the programmatical also you can do by using service specific APIs and templates. I'll come back to that point. What are the tools that we use for that? Okay. In this session, today's class, okay, we will have an introduction about Azure platform for application developers. Okay, I told you in the first half of this session, you think now as a developer. Developer means you are the employee who is writing the code. Let us think like that. Okay, now as a developer, you have to choose which service is needed for your application. What is the amount of resources that are required for your application? Okay, what is the cloud service that requires for your application? I told you there are 100-120 services in each in any cloud like Azure. Okay, we need in that what service is suitable for your application, what type of your application type is yours. Okay, depending upon that, okay, you have to go to the Azure platform and choose the service. Okay, this session also provides you guidance and direction that you need to start building new applications. Also you can start, okay, or migrating applications to the cloud. Okay, till now let us say that you have in your own server. Okay, kluniversity.in is there in KL University Data Center. Okay, on our own server. I will take always example of this kluniversity.in or ERP or Moodle. Okay, because no, we know it, we are daily using them. Okay, let us say in our server it is there. Okay, previously 10 years back, that server we used to have in our first floor lab only. Okay, first floor lab, one corner side we used to have that servers. Okay, now gradual improvement is there in the data center. After 2014 15, okay, they have converted that data center into the cloud. Now we are calling it the cloud. Okay, migrating into the cloud means here from your server, okay, local server in your college, in your campus, to the Azure. That also you can do. You don't need to directly create your application on the cloud. Okay, you can develop it on your server, then simply migrate from your local server to the cloud. That also you can do. Okay, first we'll learn about this portal. What is this portal? I am telling you, it is a web page. Okay, portal is a web-based application. Okay, you can use the Azure portal to create, manage, and remove Azure resources and services. Okay, this portal you can use for creating the resources, for managing the resources, and for deleting the resources also. For all purpose it is used. Okay, dashboard will be there. Okay, you can configure the services whatever you need. Suppose kluniversity.in website is our project for this 15 days. Let us say our project is kluniversity.in web.in. Luckily, same concept, it is developed on the .NET platform. Okay, ASP front end is ASP. You can see the URL ASPX. Okay, that means active server pages. Okay, ASP in .NET they have used it. Backend same MySQL they have used. My knowledge I'm telling. Okay, that dashboard will be there. Azure resource management tools also will be there here. Okay, you can ask me if I am using this this resource for 10 hours. Okay, what is the charge? Okay, I want to use it for only 10 hours. After that, I should get some alert so that I can stop it. Like that, resource management also is available. Okay, and access to the subscription setting and billing information. For these three purposes, one is the dashboard. Okay, for using the configuring the resources. Another one is you are using the resources now. How to manage that resources. After that, what is the billing information? Okay, three different types of things you'll go. Okay, now by now you should be eager to where do I start? Okay, how should I start? Okay, from where I have to learn this Azure? Okay, Azure cloud. Azure means Azure cloud. Okay, from where I have to start? With all the services that Azure offers, it can be an intimating task to figure out where you are starting your first step. Okay, where you have to start. Okay, this session highlights and gives you the information. Okay, on the services. Okay, Azure services that developers commonly use. I said you there are 120 we cannot discuss and we cannot learn them. Okay, commonly used services will be learning this. Okay, okay, now let us say that you want to host your application on the Azure. Okay, then for what you need for that. Okay, if you want to host your applications on the Azure, so what do you need for that? Okay, you need to have your entire infrastructure as a virtual machine. That means I told you you will create virtual machine on that operating system, on that for developing tools. Okay, after developing the tool you will host it. Okay, you have to manage by yourself all these things, or cloud will do. Okay, that you should get in mind. Okay, can you use the platform management facilities that Azure provides? Okay, or serverless computing. Okay, or you need any serverless computing frameworks to host your code execution. Okay, I told you all this depends upon the type of your application. Now what is my application? KLUniversity.in is my application. It is a dynamic website. Okay, where the student interact with the website for the information. Let us say like that. Okay, or exam information or library information or any services that is provided by the KL University, all it is there on a KL University. That is our application for discussion part for these 15 days. Okay, your application needs cloud storage. That means student attendance or all these things. Okay, I need some storage purpose. Okay, first you need to understand application. What are all the you need for that application? Okay, for storage. Okay, Azure provides number of solutions for this storage options. Okay, you can take the advantage of this Azure Enterprise Authentication also. Now authentication, coming back to authentication. Okay, who will access that? Okay, how will you provide the authentication service? That by providing username and password will provide after student filling the registration form. Okay, then he will get some username and password. Through that he will access the Moodle. Okay, he will access the ERP. Okay, let us say that ERP he will access. Okay, that for that also in cloud there is a service. Okay, authentication service. Okay, there are also tools for cloud-based development, monitoring. Monitoring means who is accessing the ERP at what time. Okay, logs. Logs means all these when employee number 1964 when he has access to the our student ID so and so when he has access to that. Okay, user number. Okay, and the logs will be when you get the problem, then you will refer to the logs. Unless otherwise you will not refer to the logs. Okay, and how much resources you are using, all this comes under monitoring. And most hosting services offer DevOps integration also here. Okay, DevOps also is there for in the Azure. Okay, it provides for that. Okay, now let's look at some of the services. Okay, first we have to understand how to create an account. Okay, how to take the subscription and billing purpose. As I told you, as a developers, we are not the users. Okay, we are the developers. Now we are using the cloud for developing the application. At the end of the this training session, you need to create some projects. Let us think that all of you, I suggest all of you concentrate from today, like KLU ERP you are creating. Okay, as a developer you are creating. Okay, 2-3 members you can combine and do it. One will be concentrating on platform, one will be concentrating on backend. Okay, like that you learn the things. Okay, again we'll discuss about projects later. Okay, and now you think that you are a developer. Okay, as a developer would like to drive into the code directly, write the code and try to get started run the application. That means writing KLUniversity.in, that is the home page for us. Okay, for that what you design the page. Okay, write the code and host it. That much fast we want. Okay, for that first you all the students you have to go to the Azure offers a free trial. Okay, that free trial. Okay, you create the account. If you have other type of accounts, please use them, no problem. those who don't have the accounts go for the free trial, free of cost. Okay. Some services even have a right for free. Okay. Directly some services. Mom, mute yours. Then some type of services. Okay. You can directly use that service without registering also in the Azure portal. But services also is there. Azure App Service, we call it as. We'll come back to that again. Okay, you should understand how it works from standpoint of your user accounts, subscription, and billings. As a new users to the cloud, if you, some of you have already attended some workshops or learned this Azure or MVN, whatever it may be, cloud. If you are if you are acquainted to this type of accounts, then okay. Otherwise, new users, please be careful when you are creating the accounts and when you are subscribing the resources. Okay, with the billing. Okay. Okay. What is this Azure account in detail? Okay. To create or work with the Azure subscriptions, you must have a Azure account. Okay. For that, Azure directory will be there. Okay. You have to simply an identity in the Azure directory. You have to create your ID in the Azure directory. You can use KL University email ID or Gmail also, no problem. Okay, you can create a. But I request you to take with organization account. That is our school account. That means KLUniversity.in for free trial. It will be working good. Okay. Azure subscription has a trust relationship with an Azure AD instance. Okay, what is this AD? Again, we'll come back to this. I told you it as of now directory. Okay, as well as defining individual Azure accounts identities, also called users. If you are creating with Gmail, you can. It will be as users. Okay, you will be okay. You will define groups in Azure. That will come back. Creating user groups is a good way to manage access to the resource. Okay, user groups means, okay, as I told you as a developer, okay, suppose I had some company, okay, in that there are some 50 employees. Let us say in the class, all my students are employees. Let us say like that. Okay, for 25 students, I want to give right to access only database. Other 25 students, I want to give it right to access only the front end. That means to develop the front end part only. Okay, that means designing people. Okay, they will not have access to the database. Okay, database people, they will not have access to the other modules of the code, like that. I want to specify. Then I can group them. Okay, we call it as a user groups. I can define their roles. Okay, and assign the responsibilities also. Okay, these all comes under, again, this is a service. Okay, in the cloud, role based access control. We will discuss about it in detail. Okay, in the coming slides. Okay. I told you why, coming back again to our discussion, why we go to the cloud for hosting your application. Let us select what are the different kinds of services that are available for hosting my application KLUniversity.in. Okay, that is my application. Okay, you all also think like me only. Okay, we had one application in our hands, we want to host it. Then what types of Azure cloud, what type of services it provide for hosting purpose. Okay, I told you for different purposes, different services are there. For hosting also, we may have different services. In that, what is suitable for your application, that is KLUniversity.in, you have to select that. Okay, that is the role of the developer here. Azure provides several cloud-based compute offerings. Okay, several cloud-based compute offerings to run your applications, so that you don't have to worry about the infrastructure details. You don't have to worry about the infrastructure details means what? That means whenever there you don't have to worry about your server downtime. That means 24/7 your server will be there. You don't have to worry about the power backup. Okay, or server failures or software patches. You don't have to worry about any of the infrastructure like that. Or in fact, cooling of your data center, you don't have to worry about that. Everything now it is on the cloud provider shoulders. Okay, they will take care of that. Okay, cloud based compute offerings. Okay, different types will be there. Okay, you can usually scale up or scale out. I told you, increasing the resources, we call it as a scale up. Decreasing the resources when you are not using them, scale out. Okay, scale up or scale up. Okay, this is the terminology of the cloud. Okay, you can easily scale up or scale down your resources as your application usage grows. Okay, as I said, you Apollo application, that Apollo franchise. Okay, from one user to thousands of users. Okay, when your business is growing, you have to number of shops are increasing, pharmacy shops, then you have to scale your resources to support that. Okay, so you don't, if you go to the cloud, you don't have to worry about that. Azure provides that. Okay, cloud, Azure means here cloud provides that. Azure offers services that support your application development. Application development support means here platform as a service. Okay, and hosting needs. That hosting need means infrastructure as a service. Okay, what type of infrastructure as a service? Azure provides infrastructure as a service to give you full control over your application hosting. Okay, and the platform as a service it offers provide the full managed services need to power your apps. Power your app means latest technology, latest all the things. Okay, or scaling of the resources, all these things. There even serverless hosting is also available. Okay, nowadays serverless is the hot topic in this cloud services. Okay, serverless hosting in Azure, where all you need to do is write your code and run that. Okay, no need to host or this thing online or anything. Okay, what is your app service? Azure app service. When you want to publish your web-based projects, okay, web-based projects, consider Azure app service. This is the first service that you are learning. Okay, write it number one, Azure app service. Okay, web-based projects. When you want to host your KL University, where you will host, you can go for this Azure app service. Okay, consider this. Okay, that means this is the first service that you are learning. Okay, now you want to deploy your application. Okay, where you will go means you can type it as a Azure app service. It will be open. You can host it on that, like that. Very simple. App service make it easy to extend your web apps to support your mobile cloud. Suppose you have developed the project. Okay, you can convert that to the for mobile users. Okay, from any device they are any browser they are using. Okay, you can provide that and publish usually consumed that REST APIs. This platform provides authentication by using the social provides, traffic-based auto scaling, testing in production, and continuous and container-based deployments also. Okay, see here when you are developing a project. Okay, that kluniversity.in website. Okay, you need all these things. Okay, how will you provide authentication to the things now websites? If you are logging into some websites, okay, how you there, like Google logins or Facebook through Facebook login IDs, okay, etc. Like that, they are not asking you to register also. The same IDs you can enter. Okay, same thing you can. Okay, how will you scale the resources? Okay, by depending on the traffic, how many users are connecting to your server. Okay, suppose let us say that this server support only 1000 users. Okay, now let us say that 5000 users are depending upon the traffic. This load balancer what will do, it will make a copy of your application and host it on the another server. Okay, that means some 1000 users to this VM and another 1000 users to that VM. Automatically it will run. Okay, when the traffic increases, automatic auto scaling will be there. Okay, all these will be done by the load balancer. Okay, you need not to worry about it. Suppose if you are developing testing, okay, previously you have to, what you have to do, you have to install the testing tools and test your application in the cloud. Already it will be there. Okay, you can test it on the cloud also. And another types are there, container based deployments also will be there. Okay, like Dockers. Okay, open source will be there. We'll come back. Okay, each one is one different service here. We'll come back to that again. Container based deployments also will come back in this class only. Okay, you can create your web apps, mobile apps, backends, and all these applications on the Azure app service. Now another second service here. Okay, Azure virtual machines. This is for computing purpose. Okay, a virtual machine, VM or virtual machine. Okay, as an infrastructure service provider, Azure lets you to deploy or migrate your application to either Windows or, see, as I said, you Microsoft means it will support 199% Windows only or Linux VMs. But Okay, it is not compulsory on Windows. You can go for Linux, but compatibility Windows. If you are going for Azure means Windows. Okay, you can say like that. Okay. Together with Azure Virtual Network, Azure Virtual Machine support the deployment of Windows or Linux VMs to Azure. Okay, how to create the virtual machine or instance. Okay, we'll learn that. Okay. With VMs, you have total control over configuration of the machine. Okay, these VMs, with these VMs, when you are creating a VM means, okay, you will have total control over the machines. Okay, when using VMs, you are responsible for all server software installation, okay, configuration, maintenance, and operating system patches. Okay, suppose you are taking the VM. Okay, after taking the VM, what you have to do? You have to install the operating system, what is needed for your application. On that, again, what is the configuration, how much compute power you want, how much storage you want, how much RAM you want, all that you will define on that. Okay, while taking the VM only, and maintenance of that. Okay, or any software patches for that. Okay, updations on that. Okay, you have to take care of that. Okay, on VMs you can run a wide range of server workloads on Azure that don't fit into a PaaS model. Okay, these workloads include, for example, okay, not limited to this, some database servers like MS SQL or Windows Server Active Directory or Microsoft SharePoint. These are all some services. Okay. Okay, Azure functions, serverless function. See, all these three slides. Okay, app service, virtual machines, Azure functions comes under compute. Okay, for hosting your applications. Okay, you write the side headings, that is enough. All this information is available in the internet, and I will share this slide also after the class. Okay, just write the side headings, that is enough. Under the hosting, okay, what are the services? 1, 2, 3, like that you write, that is enough. If you know what is the service for application, what type of service, that is good. Okay, rather than worrying about building out and managing a whole application. See, previously what you need to create the VM, you need to install the OS, you need to create install that platform like .NET. On that you have to create the ASPX page. On that you have to write the code. See now how different it is. Okay, it is simple like a function here. Okay, in the C++ or C language you have written the function. Simple, write your code and have it run in response to the events on the schedule. Like that is serverless computing. Okay, Azure function is a functions. Okay, the name of the service Azure functions is a serverless style offering that lets you write just code you need. Okay, this is the latest one. Okay, serverless. With functions, you can trigger code execution with HTTP request, okay, webhooks or cloud service events or on a schedule. You can code in your development language of your choice, whatever the choice you can do it. Okay, .NET platform generally they go for C#, okay, and Node.js or Python or PHP. Okay, with consumption based billing, you pay only for the time that your code executes. Okay, for how much time you are using that function. Azure functions is a service for serverless computing, for fast. Okay, you use this code executes and Azure scales as needed. Okay, next one, fourth service. This is okay, Azure Service Fabric. What is this Azure Service Fabric? It is a distributed system platform.